All right, here's the big one here. Problem number 6 on our review. We need to solve for C. So there are a lot of things going on this one. So again, when I see those big terrifying equations, that first question that I'm going to ask in order to make sure that I'm approaching this right is, can I simplify? Can I simplify? So looking, I've got a couple different options for what I can do to simplify. I can use my distributive property. I can combine like terms. Can I do any of those two here? Well, I can see that I have a number that's being multiplied by something in parentheses. So anytime I have a number being multiplied by something in parentheses, I can either solve what's in those parentheses or use the distributive property. Since I cannot combine 2c and 4 because they are not like terms, then I must use the distributive property. So I'm going to draw that box diagram. And just like the parentheses here, just like what I'm going to use the distributive property on, the 4 is on the outside. And then up top, I'm going to put that 2c plus 4. Now remember, I am multiplying that 4 times whatever's in those parentheses. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 2c, and I'm going to multiply 4 times 4. So 4 times 2 is 8, and my c comes down, 8c, and then 4 times 4 is 16. So that means when I use that distributive property, I get to a solution of 8c plus 16. So now I can replace this entire strain with what I just got with my distributive property. I can write 8c plus 16. And now all of those things that I did not use yet, they all have to come down here. Everything does. I have minus 5. The equal sign is going to come. My 3c and the 26 that's added to it. So I now have the equation 8c plus 16 minus 5 equals 3c plus 26. So that is still a bit complicated. So I'm going to once again ask myself, what can I do to simplify this equation? And now I can see that I might have some like terms. So I have a bunch of terms that do not have a variable. I have a plus 16, I have a minus 6, and I have a plus 26. All of those terms do not have variables. So I can combine some of those. I can say, all right, I've got a 16 and I'm going to subtract 5 from it. That's going to give me 11. And now I've also got this 26 over here. But because I have this equal sign and my objective is to isolate C and get it all by itself, I cannot move that 16 or that 26 in order to combine it. I can't, because I can't move that across the equal sign unless I am solving the equation. So I have an 11. Now, I'm going to bring everything else down again. I've got 8c plus 11 equals 3c minus 26. All right, so I have combined my like terms on each side. I do not have any other terms that I can combine, but it is still kind of a scary looking problem. There are all of these different terms in this, which means I might have some other things that I have to do. So the next thing that I'm going to look is, which side am I going to have C on? I have a C on the left side and I have a C on the right side. So I know that it is going to be easiest for me if I keep the C on the side that has the most. So on the left side, I've got 8 C's. On the right, I've got 3. Since there are more on the left, I'm going to keep my C on the left side, which means the 3 C's that are on the right side need to get put over there. I can't have them. Remember, In order to isolate the variable, I have c's on one side, all of the numbers on the other. So I need to get rid of 3c. And I'm going to get rid of 3c by subtracting 3c from it. I'm going to use inverse operation. So I have a positive 3c. I'm going to subtract 3c. 3c minus 3c is equal to 0. Anything plus or minus 0 is just itself, which means on the right side of this equation, I just have a negative 26, or positive 26. It's like I lost my sign throughout there. So I just have a positive 26 on the right side. On the left side, though, remember, I subtracted 3c on the right. In order to keep my equation balanced, I need to subtract 3c on the left. 8c minus 3c, and then I have to bring down my 11. 8c minus 3c plus 11 equals 8c minus 3c is 5c. 5c plus 11 equals 26. Now I can see that I have two numbers on the same side as c, which means I've got two numbers that have to get moved to the other side. That means I have a two-step equation. So go ahead and solve that two-step equation, get this review finished up. If you have any questions about solving that two-step equation, go ahead and look up at the top of this sheet, the ones that you already did. Take a look at the first video in this series that goes over those steps to solving that two-step equation, and you're going to be ready for that quiz tomorrow.